So if your player characters actually do deal with the red brands, there's a good possibility, right, that they are going to be worshipped as heroes. And that's kind of understandable, and we kind of want to encourage that because that's sort of part of the idea of playing the game, is to hopefully have the player characters acting as heroes. Yep. Here's the thing that I would suggest to you. Don't have them just run riot. Like, you don't want the player characters to be able to just go into the tavern or the inn and drink as much as they like, and things get too out of hand, because there's a limit to what the townsfolk can afford to do. But they could, certainly in some situations, the inn itself, the Stonehill Inn, Tomlin might be able to put them up for free for a night or two. Not all the time, not for long periods of time, because that would actually cut into his profits and his ability to feed his family. So that's probably not going to work, that they can't have, 4 or 5 rooms each and they stay overnight. It's not going to work. They can't go into the tavern and get Grista to offer up drinks all the time. Although Grista's probably got the most to benefit from the red brands disappearing. Okay, so and chances are that Grista might tolerate a lot more than the other NPCs in Phandalin. So the drinking tab might be relatively high, but it can't be too high because she's on the brink of losing her business as it is, because she's lost so much money to the red brands drinking there, and they don't pay full price. Sometimes they don't pay at all. So she's losing money and going to go out of business pretty shortly anyway. So if the players will wind up taking on that role rather than the red brands, it's going to still be a bit of a problem. So there are going to be limitations you need to set to that. A lot of the townsfolk who, for example, Elmer Barthen and even Linene, they might be able to offer a better price on products, or in some cases no cost at all, but it's not going to be indefinite because there are going to be limitations. Remember, these are businesses in the middle of nowhere, essentially. Phandalin is a town that is being rebuilt. It's not complete, so there's a good chance that they won't be able to do that indefinitely, but certainly initially goodwill will be there. I think the greatest thing that you can do with your NPCs in Phandalin in terms of hero worship is they will assist them in terms of information and advice if that's what they ask for. That's probably the best way in the long term to deal with the NPCs in Phandalin, rather than letting them have stuff for free. And I don't know that the townsfolk, because they're already being pinched for money by the red brands. A lot of them are already paying protection money, more than likely, to the red brands. So they can't really afford for the players to be picking that up. And that would sort of defeat the whole purpose of being a hero in the first place. Because it wouldn't be classified as I'm going to give money to these people because they did something good for me. It's now, I've just replaced one gang with another one, and the player characters is now the new gang, and that would be a bad thing. So yeah, there's a few different things you can do there, I think.